Hello, this is Curtis Crowe, the Photo Pro here, and today we are prepping for the wedding I am shooting Sunday. So what we have here is we have our nifty 50 f1.8, as everybody knows, our 200mm f2.8, and our 70-200 f2.8 IS version 2. I have both my flashes, the YN560 version 3 and 4. Now my second shooter is not a flash shooter, so I will be using these myself, and I use the little stands that come with them and use the wireless triggers, which are right here, and I can do some pretty cool stuff, or I can just stick with one flash and hold it, plug it to this thing so I can get the faster recycle times. Works out pretty good. Got all my charged batteries over here, my still charging batteries right here. For whatever reason, these handful of batteries are just taking a long time to charge, but this device always takes a long time to charge batteries. Also, with a bunch of batteries that are currently charging right now in a different charger in a different room. I have my 16-35 right here, which was rented through Borrow Lenses, as was the 70-200, and I have my 24-105. So, pretty excited. First time using this lens for something like a wedding. I really like wide-angle shots, but I don't really have a wide-angle lens. So I'm really excited to venture into the 16mm range on a full frame. I know that doesn't seem like much, but baby steps. Before you know it, I'll be on 11-24. And I got everything that's got to go crammed into this bag, as well as another bag that I have. And I'm just gathering everything together. I will not be bringing my Rode mic. I will not be bringing my Tascam, because I won't be doing any video recording. These lenses are not being brought because this one is damaged, and this one is old and crappy, and, well, to be honest, I have better lenses at those ranges. For those people that do have this lens, it isn't really that crappy. You just got to know how to use it. Try to shoot tight and keep that depth of field pretty shallow, and you'll get some pretty cool shots with that. Or even bring it up to f8, and you'll still get a little bit more sharpness, and you'll still have quite a bit of bokeh when you shoot at those maximum focal lengths. I am charging my laptop, as well as taking out my SD card and formatting that in the camera. Now I format all my cards right in camera. That's 44.3 gigabytes of U space. I already verified that I do have those gigs backed up, and I highly recommend to always quadruple check before you hit that format button, because once you hit that format button, it will be gone forever. So you go ahead and hit the button. It'll be busy. Now this is a low pass format, so it'll take a few minutes, especially when it's wiping that much storage. And other than that, I'm just getting ready. I'm doing loads of laundry, I'm cleaning, I'm getting all my stuff. I still have a few more things to gather. Got to find the cable that goes with this, because it's been a while since I've used this. And that connects right to the flash, and like I said, it helps your recycle times. I have to verify that both flashes are still synced to the settings that they need to be in order for me to trigger them wirelessly, because sometimes buttons get hit and settings get changed, so I need to verify that, so that way when I'm on the shoot and I'm like, I want to use flash, I'm not dicking around with it. So all this is pretty exciting. I already cleaned all my gear, so I'm good to go there, and the next step is to actually pack it all up. And it will be pretty exciting. I got to make sure I don't forget anything, because this is going to be a 5-hour drive for this wedding. I don't want to forget a charger. I don't want to forget a lens. I don't want to forget a battery. I don't want to forget a flash. I don't want to forget a camera. I don't want to forget that thing. I don't want to forget any of this. So that's why I'm going to utilize my checklist, which will be done after I gather what is left. Hello YouTube, sorry about the audio quality. I unfortunately already packed up my Tascam, and I am on my way to Traverse City once my fiance decides to get out of the bathroom. We're all packed up and ready to go. We just head to the gas station. I need to pick up an energy drink, and we're good to go. I got everything packed up, and pretty excited. We're going all the way to Traverse City. It's about a 4, maybe 5-hour drive depending on traffic. So we're getting there a day early, and we're going to sleep at a hotel, and then we're going to shoot. So it'll be fun traveling that far. It'll be a good experience, but I'll let you guys know how that driving goes once we actually get on the road. I was hoping to have the whole Siri part in there, though.
Do it again.
Okay.
Hold on. There we go. That's better.
Siri, where are we?
You're on I-75 North, West Branch Township, Michigan.
Alright, so we're in Branch Township, Michigan. We've been driving for hours. We've probably been on the road for almost 3 hours already. And we're still going. It's been nothing but farmlands for the last like 2.5 hours. And it's amazing just how far we're going for this wedding. I've never driven this far for a wedding yet. And I am a little excited, but I'm also a little fatigued too at the same time. We're gonna get to the hotel room at roughly 4:21 according to Siri, or get to the hotel at least. The rehearsal's at 5:30. I always go to the client's rehearsal if I can make it, just because it gives me a chance to talk to the officiant in order to see what if he has any preferences as far as a photographer goes. Because honestly, you'd be surprised. A lot of them are real picky. And if you want to look on YouTube, there's actually videos of photographers getting yelled at by priests and ministers and all that other stuff because they're interrupting the ceremony. So I make the conscious effort to talk to him, let him know that I'll be in the distance with my shutter on the silent setting, and I will take as little pictures as I can as possible during the ceremony itself, because basically once you get crowd shots and once you actually get them standing there, there's really no pictures that you need to take until they actually go to kiss. So it's not like I need 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 photos from the ceremony itself. And then I pick out my corners, find out what settings I'm going to be using, just to kind of get an idea what to expect. And that way when I get there, I'm not guessing. And there's no trial and error while I'm actually shooting the wedding. It's all done beforehand. So that way when I get there, I'm just ready to hit the ground running. So we have exactly 1 hour and 27 more minutes to get there. And I'm pretty excited. But really, this is all we're doing. We're just driving. Things that I like to have when we're driving. Drinks. It's always good to have snacks on the road. I mean, we're driving for 4.5 hours, so we need these things to stay fueled, stop ourselves from becoming fatigued. I already had one energy drink, one pop. Now, granted, I usually only drink water the day before and the day of a wedding because you want to stay hydrated. But you know what? I figured because we're driving so far, I need the little extra caffeine. So it's important, though, to always keep fuel inside you and keep yourself from falling asleep. So that's about really all I have to say until we get to the hotel. So till then, toodles. All right, so we're at the hotel. Yay! Yay!
Yay!
I don't know if you can even see it. Say it again.
Yay!
Yay! We're there. We're happy. It took a while to find the room because the map didn't make any sense, especially when compared to the resort, because it's blocked off into cells and wings, and the rooms that are supposed to be by us are actually on the other side. So map doesn't make a lot of sense. But right now, because we've been driving for so long, we're just taking a little break before we bring everything in. And then in about a half hour to 40 minutes, I'm going to have to go to the rehearsal dinner. Not the rehearsal dinner. I keep saying rehearsal dinner. I just have to go to the rehearsal, the ceremony, so I can stake out my spots and figure out what settings I'm going to want to use and see how they come out in post, so that way I can make any last minute adjustments before the actual ceremony starts. So, till then, stay tuned to the next part of the video. Boop! Alright, so I just got done with the rehearsal. It was fun. I like the area that we're going to be shooting in. It's got beautiful, beautiful background. This whole area of Michigan is just gorgeous. I'm used to the part of Michigan that has no mountains, no hills, no nothing, and yet there's hills and there's water and there's a lot of really beautiful sights. Talked to the officiant. He says he has no preferences. He didn't even say, keep it quiet. He's just like, do what you got to do, which is nice. But I will still put it on silent shutter, turn off my autofocusing beep in order to, not disrupt the ceremony in any way. There's these really cool stair things in which I'll be able to get some high up shots going on an angle. I just have to make sure I do it tastefully, because sometimes that's not a good angle. So we'll see how that works. I took a couple sample shots and they actually came out pretty decent, but we'll see how the actual final product looks. I was able to talk to the actual planner for the day, and the planner was very much on my side. We even discussed exactly when they're going to stop and look at me, and when they're going to stop and look at my second shooter. And now we actually have my photography being incorporated into the choreographing. So so what does that do for me? That makes sure that I can get some really, really awesome shots, and it ensures that they'll be standing still, looking at me, paying attention, and you know, we won't get shots of one person looking and another person, you know, like making a weird face. No, they know where to stop, they know where to look at me, and that's going to give some really nice pose shots. And then we'll worry about candid shots later. So I'm excited. I'm actually going to go upload the rehearsal shots, and I'm going to edit a couple of them, and I also did a shot of a couple that were there. They're actually one of the guests at the wedding. Took a shot of them. I was like, hey, I can text you the photo. So I took the shot, texted it to him. I'm about to edit and text it back to him again one more time as the edited version. And that's always good marketing. I love doing that. So what is the next step? My second shooter is going to be here in the next 15 minutes or so is what he's anticipating. He also had about a 4.5 hour drive. So he's going to be here shortly, so I'm going to go over with him exactly what they have planned for the wedding, and go over my plans, what lenses we're going to use when, where to be when, and we're going to make sure that we have a really, really awesome product by the time tomorrow rolls around. Alright, well, I will let you guys know how it goes, and I will keep you guys updated as the day happens. Toodles. That's what we're actually photographing. 3/20th of a second, f/16 at ISO 100. This is my first time doing a sunrise. The difficult part about how your camera processes your RAW file. A lot of us think, yes, RAW files. It's exactly what the sensor sees and nothing. Now, this isn't something I recommend doing on an import as much as right before you export.